There's a particular tone that the mind takes when something feels important, yet not urgent. I'll think about it. Maybe next month? Once things have settled a little bit. It all sounds so sensible, measured, and responsible even. We tell ourselves that big decisions deserve space, that rushing would be immature, that clarity should come first and action second. And often that is true. Waiting can be wise. It can prevent impulsive choices. It can give us time to see whether something genuinely aligns with us or whether it's just a passing impulse. The difficulty is that waiting doesn't always announce when it has shifted from discernment into delay. It can look the same on the surface. Nothing remarkable happens. There's no crisis, no obvious consequence. Life continues. Work continues. Conversations continue. Weeks pass by. And the decision you said you'd come back to is still sitting in the same place. At some point, waiting stops being a pause and becomes a loop. You notice the same thought returning, the same quiet nudge, the same internal conversation. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not quite ready yet. Maybe soon. And yet nothing materially changes between one round of thinking and the next. There's a subtle comfort in that. Thinking feels active. It feels engaged and it feels like progress. Yet if no action follows, the situation remains exactly as it was. We're not at the beginning of the year anymore. There's already movement in the wider landscape. Momentum has formed. Decisions have been made. Directions have shifted. The fire horse energy that this year carries is not theoretical. It's already in motion. Acceleration is not waiting for anyone to feel completely certain before it proceeds. Timelines are moving, opportunities are reshaping, and people are stepping forward. Acceleration doesn't pause while we deliberate. That isn't pressure, it's simple reality. The current is already moving, which brings us to something straightforward. The doors close on Friday. This experience closes tomorrow, and the doors will never open again, ever. I'm not saying that to instill some kind of drama, and I'm not mentioning this as some tactical play. It's a fact. This is a paced experience. It unfolds month by month deliberately. Each month builds on the previous one, so joining late would interrupt the integrity of that pace. Therefore, opening the doors later would change the shape and rhythm of this experience entirely. So the doors are closing. If you've been circling this decision, notice that. Not with judgment and not with urgency, just notice it. Have you been gathering new information? Or have you been revisiting the same thoughts from a slightly different angle? Sometimes more thinking creates clarity. Sometimes more thinking simply creates delay. If you already know, you already know. There comes a point when thinking more doesn't make you clearer, it just makes you later. And later, repeated often enough, becomes a pattern. This is not about forcing yourself into something misaligned. It's about recognizing when the internal negotiation has run its course. If you're meant to step into this experience, you will step in. If you're not, you won't. However, if you find yourself still considering the same thing after weeks of consideration, it may be worth yourself asking whether the waiting is serving you anymore. Doors close tomorrow. The experience closes this Friday. And it will not open again. Ever. At some point, waiting stops making sense. You make the decision and you take the action.